guys, this is Abhishek from GadgetStools.com, and today we are here at Mobile World Congress 2014 at the Samsung booth, and we have the Samsung Galaxy S5, which is the latest flagship phone which is not launched but again announced today here at Mobile World Congress. It will come to India very soon. I think by March end or April beginning it will come to India, and that is again not going to be a very long time. When we talk about this phone, Samsung Galaxy S5 has got almost the same kind of fox leather back cover which we have seen on Note 3, on other phones as well, which are the latest generation phone from Samsung, including Samsung Galaxy Note 3 Neo and other phones as well. Now if we take a look over this phone is a successor of Samsung Galaxy S4. This one is slightly bigger in terms of the display. It has different kind of specification, and again one thing which I'm not very much happy about is that it does not look very different. It again looks like the Samsung Galaxy S4, a slightly enlarged version of Samsung Galaxy S4, which we can say, but again it comes with some extra features and some extra sensors which does give you some additional functionality on this device compared to the previous devices which we have seen from Samsung. When we talk about the hardware, this device is powered with the Snapdragon 800 chipset again, and it is a 2.5 GHz carry at 400 cores processor. It is another quad-core processor which we have, and again this is again Snapdragon 800, but this is the better chipset, a slightly upgraded version of the chipset which we have seen earlier. When we talk about this device, when we take a look over the specifications as far as the display is concerned, the display is 5.1 inch on this device. It is again a Super AMOLED capacitive touchscreen display, just like the one which we have seen earlier on some other Samsung phones. So this phone looks pretty good. Being a 5.1 inch display phone, this phone is fairly easy to hold in one hand. There is no problem. The rounded edges on the back cover does make it easy to hold this device in one hand, and it also gives you a very nice grip when you hold it, because the kind of leather finishing which you have on the back side actually is plastic. This is actually a plastic material, but very fine quality of plastic, and which from fox leather, which actually gives you a leather feel. However, it is not leather. When we talk about the camera unit is actually quite big on this device. This device has a 16 megapixel camera, and it can record high definition video at 720p as well as at 1080p, and it can also record the videos at 60 fps at 1080p. When we talk about the front camera of the device has remained to be the 2 megapixel camera which we have seen earlier as well on the Samsung Galaxy S4. This 2 megapixel camera can do high definition video chat as well at 30 fps, and you can do a good quality video chat from the front camera. When we talk about the camera modes, there are different camera modes including HDR mode, dual shot mode, image recording mode, geotagging is there, touch to focus is there. So everything is just enhanced on this device as far as the overall UI is concerned, the overall features are concerned, but there are some additional features as well which are there on this device. As you can see at the back side with the LED flash, there are some sensors which are actually a sensor for heart rate monitor. So it will actually help you monitor your heart rate and monitor the workouts which you would do, and there are some applications on the phone which actually allows you to use these sensors on the go when you use the phone in day-to-day usage. Taking a look over the phone, first of all, as far as the overall weight of the device is concerned, the weight of the Samsung Galaxy S4 is not very heavy. It is approximately the weight of Samsung Galaxy S5 is not very heavy, and it is approximately 145 grams, which is fairly light to hold this device in one hand. So there is no problem as far as the weight of this device is concerned. It will accept a nano SIM. So just like the iPhone 5, this device will accept a nano SIM, and it is a single SIM device. You cannot use two SIM cards into this device. 3G compatible, 4G compatible. However, the version which we have as of now is 4G compatible, but the version which will come to India will be 3G compatible and 2G compatible. It will not be 4G compatible. When it comes to some other certification, this device this time has a flap to actually cover the micro USB port, which is actually the USB 3.0 micro USB port, and again this is the same fast port which we have seen earlier on Samsung Galaxy Note 3 which was launched last year basically. So this port can now be covered with this flap, which actually makes this phone water resistant, not waterproof. So again, if you submerge this phone inside water, it will definitely go dead. and the phone will stop working. And if you actually have a splash of water coming on the phone, then it will survive. So it is not waterproof but water resistant. So, and again, water resistant means that you can actually dip the phone as well, but with a condition that you dip it for around 1 meter of depth and for 30 minutes. So for 30 minutes, if you dip it for 1 meter of length, it will actually keep on working, and the phone will work even in that case if you submerge it into the water. But if you don't cover the flap, then it will definitely will not work. If you don't cover the flap and if you submerge the phone into the water, then it will not work. One more thing which is good about this device, apart from the IP67 certified, which makes this phone water resistant and water resistant up to 1 meter of depth for 30 minutes, this device also has a fingerprint sensor, and the home button over here is actually not only a home button this time, but it also acts as a fingerprint sensor. So you can actually unlock the phone as of now, which is the current functionality which is offered by the fingerprint sensor which we have on this device, which is below the home button. So you can actually move your finger like this in a vertical way and you can unlock the phone. Right now this feature is not configured on this phone, so we won't be able to demo you that, but we will demo you that later on in a separate video. When we talk about the display has again remained the full high definition display which we have seen on Samsung Galaxy S4 itself. So this device also has the same display, and again it gives you a slightly less pixel density, but again there is no pixelation which you can actually notice on this display. So you can take a closer look and there is no pixelation on the screen. Everything is just crisp and clear. As far as the pixel density is concerned, the exact pixel density which we have on this device is 432 pixels per inch. As far as the display is there, the display is Super AMOLED display. It is one of the best colorful display which you will see on any other smartphone, and again it gives you great viewing angles itself. You can see the screen from extreme angles without any issue, and that is something which is quite commendable for this display, and it makes this display much better than the other displays which are there on the market. In the front, you also have Corning Gorilla Glass 3 protection, so that means the display is also kind of scratch proof, and to an extent you will see the fingerprints quite easily on this display, but it is kind of scratch proof to an extent, and also it is shock proof as well. So even if you drop the phone accidentally from wayside, it won't break and it will keep on working. As far as the back side is concerned, let me just give you an overview of the phone when it comes to the connectivity and the ports. Over here we have the loudspeaker, which is pretty loud, not too loud again. You have the micro USB port, which is the USB 3.0 micro USB port at the bottom, which is covered by the alarm thing as of now. Here you have the 16 megapixel camera, you have the LED flash, the heart rate monitor sensor. At the top you have the 3.5mm audio jack. Over here you have the IR blaster, the secondary microphone for noise cancellation and video chat. On this side you have the volume rocker, which is a metal button, and on this side you have the power and sleep key, which is again a metal button. And you also see a very fine chrome line, which this kind of a design which you can easily notice, and this chrome lining on the edges does make this device look much more premium and kind of different as well in terms of the overall statement if you compare it with Samsung Galaxy S4. But from a distance you may not be able to recognize this. And then we have the touch capacitor button, which are there at the bottom on the body of the phone, the physical home button, the touch capacitor button for the settings and the back key. Over here on the top you have the LED notification light for notifications and missed calls and other alerts. You have earpiece over here. You have the camera, which is a 2.1 megapixel camera on this device. This device has the 2.5 GHz Snapdragon 800 processor, which is the fastest processor as of now from Qualcomm, which is offered into any other smartphone. Xperia Z2 also has the same processor. When we talk about other things of the device, the storage on this device, just like which we have seen on Samsung Galaxy S4, this device has an inbuilt storage of 16 and 32 GB, which you can opt for. It will have 2 GB of RAM, and again when we talk about the RAM can also be 3 GB in case the version which you opt for has the 3 GB RAM. You can always go for the 3 GB version itself. But again, right now it is not available. This is how the lock screen looks like. The lock screen is kind of different on this phone, on the Samsung Galaxy S5, as compared to the previous phone which we have seen earlier. So on this lock screen, as you can see, either you can swipe it to unlock the phone, either you can actually move the camera icon to launch the camera directly from here. And again, the UI is different. It is not the same UI which we have seen as far as lock screen is concerned on the other Samsung phones which we have seen earlier. Again, when we unlock the phone, everything is just the same which we have seen, but there is a slight change in the UI. The touchless UI on this device seems to be slightly customized and enhanced in terms of the functionality and features. So this is how the phone dialer look like, and let me just show you the phone dialer keypad. So again, the phone dialer always have the option of making a video call just like we have seen on other Samsung phones. So this one also has it. When we talk about the messaging application, here we have the messaging application, and again the messaging application is quite simple and easy to use. It is again customized, and the keyboard is also pretty good. The keys are nicely spaced out, and again by default continuous input typing is not enabled, but you can always enable it in case you want to. You can go into the settings and actually enable the continuous input. We will just show you that how you can do that. And when it comes to typing on this keyboard, typing on the keyboard is not a problem at all. As you can see, there is no issue as far as that is concerned. The keys are pretty nicely spaced out from each other. You will not face any problem on this 5.1-inch display phone while typing either in the portrait mode or in the landscape mode. So let me just go into the settings and show you how you can actually enable continuous input on this device. So once we go into the settings, we can actually see that there are some quick settings available, and the settings in this case on this phone is actually customized in a different way. As you can see, it has been customized in the form of icons, and there are different sections which you can actually go through. It is not the same kind of UI which we have seen earlier on the Samsung Galaxy S4 on the Note 3, but this is the complete revamped UI which they have. So once you have a Google voice typing, okay, let me just go to the Samsung keyboard and enable the continuous input. So continuous input is definitely supported, but you will have to actually enable the same. So here we have the keyboard swipe under which you will find the continuous input. Once you enable this continuous input, you can actually slide your finger across the keyboard to actually type. And these are all the applications which come pre-installed, as you can see. And again, the application icons have been made different. They are pretty big in size, I would say, for this display. And again, you will see all these icons approximately a row of 5. A row of 5 approximately. You will see all these icons displayed in such a scenario. You will have some Google applications as well which will come pre-installed, as you can see. Apart from that, you have the IR Blaster, you have a gear fit manager, a gear manager. So Samsung has also launched some other devices apart from Samsung Galaxy S5, which includes the gear fit and the gear. The gear 2 is already out, and you can actually control the gear 2 and gear fit with this phone using this application which will come pre-installed. And you have a smart remote with which you can actually control the TV and other consumer electronics with the help of the IR Blaster which we have on the top of this device. Then we take a look over the back side. Let me just remove the back cover so that I can show you the phone from the back side. And once we remove the back cover, we can see that we have a battery over here, and the battery on this phone is, it has a 2800 milliampere hour battery, as you can see over here. And here we have the slot for the SIM card. The SIM card will go over here and should be a micro SIM, not a normal size SIM card. And on the top of SIM card, you have the slot for the micro SD memory card to expand the storage of the device. And again, you can expand the storage of the device with a micro SD memory card, but you cannot install applications on the micro SD memory card. That is something which we can tell you. As far as the quality of the back cover is concerned, it is again plastic, as you can see, but the kind of finishing which it gives at the back side is definitely premium. And Samsung this time has actually made this device available, the Samsung Galaxy S5, in different other colors as well. We will just show you how many colors we have in the end of this video for Samsung Galaxy S5. This is how the notification center look like. As you can see, the notification center is also kind of different. It has become much more simplistic and simple to use. And again, as you can see, the iconography is also very simple. Very there are no animations or nothing which could act any kind of lag to the device. The device is as responsive as it can be in terms of overall UI transition, and whenever we go across different home screen, there is no problem. These are all the notification. You will also get the battery notification in the notification area. You can control the automatic brightness from here, as you can see, and then you have the option of doing the quick connect with your devices which are connected to this phone, and you can also launch the S Finder directly from the notification screen. So these are all the things which you have apart from the toggles, which actually will give you a large number of functionality on this device directly from the notification center. When we take a look over the number of home screen, again we have like approximately 4 home screen on this device. You can add more, and you can have maximum 9 home screen on this device. You can also add different widgets which are custom designed for this phone. As you can see, there are large number of widgets which are specifically designed for Samsung Galaxy S5, and they make this device really good in terms of the overall features you have, in terms of what you can actually do with this device. And there are some third-party app developers as well who have actually developed specific widget for the TouchWiz UI, so you can enjoy that as well. Apart Taking a look over the other things of the phone, we have the storage option over here, and again when it comes to the storage, let's see how much is the system memory which is being occupied by the operating system. So as of now on the Samsung Galaxy S5, 5.28 GB is reserved by the operating system, especially with the 16 GB model which we have with us. So 5.28 GB is reserved by the operating system, and this area cannot be utilized for storing picture, videos or any other data, including application you cannot install. When we take a look over the miscellaneous files and some of the files, approximately you get around 9 GB available on this device, with there are some miscellaneous files as well. And as of now on this device specifically, we have around 7.91 GB available. So 7.91 GB, approximately 8 GB of storage is available to the user on this device. You do have the option of SD card as well. You can expand the storage, but again you cannot install applications on the SD card on this device. You do have safety assistant, which we have seen earlier. You have a power saving mode as well on this device, which again will conserve the battery. You have different kind of power saving options which actually can which you can enable, and once you enable it, you will also get an idea that how much is the overall backup you will get. Once you enable the battery option at 100%, it will give you around 1.4 day of battery backup when you enable the ultra power saving mode. And you can also enable this mode in which you will get this much of battery backup. Okay, it is actually telling you how much of battery is actually left and how much of battery backup is left in terms of the hours. Taking a look over the about phone, we can see that the model number of this device is SMG900F, and the version of Android which is running on this device is Android 4.4.2. So it is running KitKat, and again which is a good thing, which is the latest version as of now. If we take a look over the application manager over here, we can see that the amount of RAM which is consumed and how much of that is actually free. So this device as of now has 2 GB of RAM, and out of 2 GB of RAM, around 1.4 GB of RAM is being used, and only 412 MB of RAM is free. So as far as the fingerprint sensor is concerned, the fingerprint sensor works in this way that you can actually register your finger first of all, and let's do it. We go into the fingerprint manager, and then you can actually unlock the fingerprint, unlock the device using the fingerprint sensor. You can actually verify a Samsung account using a fingerprint sensor, and you can also pay using PayPal using the fingerprint sensor. These are the 3 things which you can do as of now on Samsung Galaxy S5. So let's do it, and for this you have to actually do it like this. So you have to slide your finger like this over the device, and then it will detect your fingerprints through the sensor. So you have to do it. As you can see, this bar has to go through. This complete progress bar has to be completed, and you have to do it multiple times so that it actually takes your finger. And once you do this completely, it will actually get your fingerprints noted, and then you can unlock the device later on. So once it is completed, you can also specify alternative password, which you can always opt for. And once you specify the alternative password, this password will be used in case it is not unlocking with the help of fingerprint sensor. Once you configure your fingerprint, you have to actually specify the screen lock to be the fingerprint things, and once you do that, now the screen lock will be secured with the fingerprint, and then only you can actually unlock the phone. Now you can actually slide your finger as we have configured our fingerprint, so it will recognize the finger and unlock the phone like this way. Taking a look over the other settings, we do have a blocking mode as well. Easy mode is also there. Multi-window is supported. You have notification panel. You have one-handed operation mode as well. So you can actually do a lot of things on this device using the one-handed operation. You can switch the screen to one side so that it doesn't affect the usage of the phone when you are using it one hand. So again, this device has a pretty huge display, so it might be difficult for you to actually reach every part of the screen with one hand when you hold this device in one hand. But again, one-handed usage operations settings are already there on this device. You do have some additional options over here, as you can see, which includes the pedometer sensor and other sensors which you can use on this device. You do have all these features supported on this device. Apart from that, you have a download booster as well, which will again help you to download the files much faster. And again, this will be found on the 4G version of Samsung Galaxy S5 only, not on every version. You do have web tethering and Wi-Fi hotspot supported, so you can actually create a Wi-Fi hotspot using the 3G SIM card. When it comes to the data usage, you can monitor over the data usage. When it comes to wallpaper, you can have either wallpaper for home screen, lock screen and different, and as well as same wallpaper as well for both the lock screen and home screen. You can have live wallpapers and static wallpapers. Video wallpapers by default are not supported. When it comes to the display setting, we have the display settings over here. You can actually control the display brightness with the automatic brightness. You have Daydream as well supported. So in all, this phone is a pretty good powerhouse as far as hardware specifications are concerned. Now, as far as the exact processor chipset is concerned, the exact processor chipset which we have on this device, I'm not sure about that, but it's a Qualcomm Snapdragon 800 chipset, 2.5 GHz quad-core, the enhanced version of the earlier chipset. When we talk about the thickness of the device, as we already told you about the weight is around 145 grams, but when it comes to the thickness of the device is around 8.1 millimeter, which does not make it very thin. It is slightly thicker as compared to Samsung Galaxy S4. So this device, on the other hand, is a successor of Samsung Galaxy S4, but because of the additional sensors and some of the features which are there on this device, including the fingerprint sensor which we have on this device below the home button, this device is little bit thicker, and it is approximately 8.1 millimeter in terms of the overall thickness, but it does not feel very thick because it has rounded back cover. So again, it is quite easy to hold in one hand, although using it with one hand can be a problem because it has a huge display, but carrying it with one hand or putting this phone inside the jeans pocket is not at all a problem. So now let's take a look over the camera UI and let's see how does the camera perform on this device when we take a photo in artificial light. This is how the camera UI look like, and again the camera UI has also been changed on this device as we see in comparison to the other Samsung phones. So when we take a look over this scenario as of now, this is how the camera UI look like. When we toggle to the front camera, let me just show you the view from the front camera. The front camera can record high definition video. As you can see, you can do a pretty good quality of high definition video chat from the front camera, which is pretty good, and the overall view is also looking good. And let me just go to the rear camera. This is how the rear camera looks like. It does have autofocus, and you do also have tap to focus as well. Let me just show you the settings for the same. You do have HDR mode supported. There are different kinds of video settings supported. You can record high definition video at 1080p. You can also record it at 2K resolution as well, at 720p as well, because this is the 4G version. However, on the Indian version of Samsung Galaxy S5, you won't be able to do the recording of 2K or 4K. When we take a look over the other settings over here, when we take a look over the photo settings, the picture size right now is set to 16 megapixel, which is 16:9, because this is something very good, because 13 megapixel camera on the Samsung Galaxy S4, when we take a photo, that photo is 4:3 aspect ratio, but on this phone, if you take a photo with a 16 megapixel resolution, that will be a 16:9 aspect ratio photo. However, the size will be a little bit larger, but definitely it is a good kind of a photo, especially in case you want to preview it later on onto your PC. So let's take a photo as of now on this device, and let's see how is the device performance when it comes to the rear camera. And let me just focus properly. So we have just taken a photo, and we have taken this photo right now in some artificial light, and there is not a lot of light falling on this object. So very low amount of light is falling on the object, which is the iPhone 5 over here, and the photo is pretty good in terms of the clarity, and in terms of the colors as well, it is pretty natural, I would say. So you can compare both of these things together. As you can see, the natural object over there and the photo, we can see that the object is covered in a very nice way, and the camera is performing pretty well on this device as far as the artificial light or low light, if we talk about for the Samsung Galaxy S5, which we have currently in the scenario. So again, this phone is a pretty good phone with some additional features like heart rate sensors, equipped health sensor, which can also be used for health activity and activity tracking like workout and other things. It is water and dust resistant. That means you can actually submerge the phone inside water once you close this flap, and then you can submerge the phone inside water. It will keep on working for if you submerge the phone for 1 meter for 30 minutes maximum. It is water and dust resistant, so it will not get the dust very easily, but again, I'm not sure how they actually will stop the dust coming into this 3.5mm audio jack. Apart from this, it has a finger sensor as well. The finger sensor, or the fingerprint sensor actually, we should call it the fingerprint sensor, which actually allows you to unlock the phone. You can actually do a lot more things as well, which we already told you. So this looks like a decent phone from Samsung. Let's see when it comes to India and at what price it comes to India. It will be a very pricey phone. It will be a very premium high-end phone, which will come to India at a high price point. And let's see when it comes to India. Till then, stay tuned. So as far as the color options are concerned, we have this color as well, the fluorescent blue on the Samsung Galaxy S5. Again, the color profile of the Samsung Galaxy S5 will always be recognizable, or you can recognize it from the back side only. There is no color profile which can be recognized from the front. So there are no colors, especially on the front. The front will also have a black bezel, whereas the back will have either this kind of a fluorescent blue back cover, and all the colors will have leather finishing, the box leather finishing. Let me just show you the other one. And here we have the grey, the dark grey one with the leather finishing, and again this one also has the color at the back, but again the front will have a black bezel. You can like this video if this video helped you by clicking the like button below. You can subscribe to our YouTube video channel for more videos like this by clicking the subscribe button below. Thanks for watching this video. This is Abhishek signing off. This was Samsung Galaxy S5, the latest flagship phone, hands-on quick review for you. Thanks for watching this video. This is Abhishek signing off.